Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup.
I'm over here in Vegas on a little bit of a break, heading off on Monday to start rehearsing for the next tour coming up. We got our first dates here, I think Washington, August 19th, which is the same day that the new record Afterlife. Yeah, it drops on the same day. So life's about to get busy, and I'm enjoying the quick break beforehand.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. But I was going to say, my name's Nev anyway.
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, you too, man. How'd your stand-up gig go?
It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just given the opportunity to try new things. And I've got a good friend named Craig Gass who is on the Howard Stern show, does a lot of like impressions and whatnot. He's a comedian, professional tours all the time. And every time we're hanging out, he's always like, man, you're so funny. Like you should give it a shot. And I'm like, cool, whatever. But then I saw Dave Chappelle at the MGM Grand and just watched him, one person in the middle of a stage, working the entire crowd with everybody hanging on that one person's word. And I was like, my God, that is powerful. I was like, I don't know if I have that in me because like I'm good at what I do, but I'm on stage with four of my brothers, four of my friends that can help me out if I'm having a bad day or whatever, or I'm helping them out. And we've got pyro, we've got lights, lasers, explosions, volume. Yeah, you can captivate a crowd with that. But to try the challenge of one man with one mic in the middle of a room, it was a rock club too, so it's not even like a comedy room, which probably worked better for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Rock crowd, they're like, yeah, we don't care what you say, let's go. But I had some good feedback. Some people recited some of the jokes that I told on stage after I got off stage. And I had some comedian friends in the crowd that were telling other comedians around, like, this dude, he's pulling it off. Had a lot of people that told me, like, this is your first time? I'm like, yeah, I just jumped in and did it.
That's awesome. Because I was looking for footage. To see if I could see it. And there's
you and me both.
There. Yeah, man.
Yep, I had it all set up where somebody was supposed to record the set, and some drama happened early on in the show. That person was talking to somebody else about whatever happened. So I went out on stage and, it worked. It was fun. But I guess there's worse things than not having footage of your very first comedy show out there online.
That's it. But hey, you got to do it again now.
For sure. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's, I got so many stories from being in this band and living this lifestyle and kind of like opening the door, just like I do on Instagram and whatnot. I'm like this dude that lucked into this incredibly high profile bass playing gig in an incredibly successful hard rock metal band. I still feel like I'm the same dude. So I like kind of opening that door and letting people in and seeing how it is for, literally getting plucked from obscurity behind the bar in Las Vegas to telling all the stories that I get to tell now from being in this band and touring around the world.
See, I love that stuff though. I love seeing, you see dudes like Rollins and stuff that get out there and tell all their stories. It's interesting because it's not the usual thing. And man, yeah, I'm keen. More of that. But of course,
I can send you the full transcript.
I want to see it. But of course, the new 5 Finger Death Punch album, Afterlife, as you mentioned, is out on August 19. And we've had a little bit of a taste with the singles released so far, like Times Like These, Afterlife, and Welcome to the Circus. Holy shit, dude. What an opener. That is banging.
Yeah. As that one was being developed, I was like, we could start off the record like this. We're starting off the live show with this. This is perfect. We did something with that one that we've never done before too. We played that one live before it was released. Generally speaking, we like to wait until it's released because you don't, as a band who's put so much work into a recorded effort, you don't want people's first version of a song being someone's shitty cell phone video. By all means, record all you want. It's cool, whatever. Enjoy the show however you like to enjoy it. But you want people to hear that first one. But man, it just felt so good in the rehearsal room. We're just like, let's try something new. We are all about trying to get comfortable in being uncomfortable. And we we did something new and played those songs live and got a great response. So I cannot wait until that album drops off August 19th and everyone has a chance to hear it and then get to see those songs live because we're going everywhere, Australia included. So be ready.
Oh yeah. Cool, man. Awesome. Because I mean, you're right. I mean, it is a thing where people, bands will go up and they'll play those songs and preview them, and then it'll just 5 seconds later, it's on all the internet. You got to have a little bit of that mystery, a little bit of that, because I haven't even heard the album yet. I've heard the singles. I'm hanging to hear it. Absolutely hanging to hear it. So obviously there's a bunch of other songs that we haven't heard yet that you're probably hanging to play live as well. Is there any other ones on there that you're like, yeah, this has got to be in the set list?
There's one in particular. People have always asked, like, is there something new that's on the record? And we're always trying to expand as artists, remaining true to what Five Finger Death Punch is, but also expanding those boundaries as much as possible artistically. And there's a song on there called Judgment Day, which it's very Death Punch, but it's also like, oh, hold on, like this, they haven't done something like this before. Got the huge choruses, the big sing-alongs. It's very, to use Ivan's last name, the song is very, very moody, both in the sense of being, just being Ivan and the word moody as well. It's very both of those things. So I'm excited for you all to hear that one. We are playing a bunch of new songs in the new set when we go out live August 19th up in Washington. And you're going to be hearing more. These songs, we are well aware that our job is to get out there and tour. And, we take our time in the studio to make sure that it's sonically wonderful. It's what we're looking for in the studio. But then also, as you're writing these songs, you're also thinking about playing songs all across the world on stages all across the world. And Welcome to the Circus was one of those that as soon as they came out, we're like, okay, there we go. We're putting this one in.
It is a strong opener. As I said before, it's like, there's very few albums I can hear it and you just remember, like Trendkill, Pantera Trendkill, the opening of that. It's like, straight up, it's just bang. And I think it's got that flavor to it. And people are going to absolutely love it, especially.
Yeah, and an immediate kind of like being able to latch onto the song and kind of go into it. I remember I'm a fan of like super heavy stuff. So when Suicide Silence came out with the song Fuck Everything.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that on CD yet, and I heard it live. I was like, oh my God, this is great. I know the chorus already. So yeah, not quite the intensity of a Suicide Silence Fuck Everything, but still, that relatable fucking hook.
Yeah, man. That damn right. But in regards to the album title Afterlife, I think it's very fitting for where we are in the world right now, but it's open to interpretation, obviously, from everybody. But what's your thoughts on it? How do you relate to that title?
It's like an onion on that one. There's several different layers on that thing. And again, we like to kind of keep it opaque and very, very vague to allow the listener to kind of come up with their own thing. But there was a good chance that we weren't going to be here many times over, both personally, both as a band, both around the world. The pandemic happened and so many lives were lost. Just to be able to have that second chance. That's basically how we see, or I could say for me, I don't know about the rest of the guys. But for me, Afterlife is like, okay, like we are on borrowed time, essentially. So many things could have taken us out along the years. We're still here. We're still doing it. And that's kind of what Afterlife is for me, we're written off many times over the years, continued to keep on plugging away. The fans have been there the entire time. We're even getting good press on this one as well. I am one of those guys that like I get on the internet. I like reading all the stuff, and I've seen glowing positive reviews. And I don't know that we've been a critic's favorite, definitely a crowd favorite for damn sure. But it seems like even the critics are starting to kind of come along, and that's a testament to the amount of time that we had to be able to put into writing and recording this record because of the pandemic. Honestly, we didn't have I don't want to say distractions, but other pressing schedules, like getting back out on tour. We didn't have that. So we just like, if a song like Judgment Day, if a song comes along and it takes it right, we had plenty of time to be like, oh, let's see where this goes. And we're able to kind of go with it. And like I said, while staying true to what Death Punch has become and what it's always been, while still kind of stretching out a little bit. And you're going to hear some of those chances taken on this record. And I think it works wonderfully.
And your last album, Fate, came out right as the world was going to shit. But
Yeah.
it was also, I mean, that was received really, really well, you know, and I believe, I think it was Zoltan that was saying that, you know, it felt like that, you know, members changing and life changes, that it was a new beginning for the band in a lot of ways.
Sure.
But how does that feel, like, reflecting on that now and where you're at now in the world with this album and going forward? Like, where do you feel like you guys are at, not only as friends and as a band, but as human beings?
You know, good on all fronts on that one, honestly. Like individually, we're each living our best lives. Collectively within the band, you were talking about friendships and whatnot. I literally was at the Hatebreed show with Andy Jaymes just recently here in town. So we're hanging out, going to shows, really getting along. So even friendships have tightened up in this thing. And then just as a band, man, like this past, what was it? June and July. We left from June 10th through July 11th, I think it was. And we went over to Europe and did a tour. And man, the momentum feels amazing. Like as big as things are, it still feels like there's a lot of room to grow and kind of, you know, step into whatever that available next thing is. Great crowd responses. We get the bucket listed for me anyway, and had 3 shows with Metallica over in Europe, which was just like, oh my God, it was bucket list childhood dream come true. So, you know, even as big as things are, the momentum still feels like it's there. Not only from the outside where the fans are wanting more and are open to more and doors are opening up, but just even within the band, you know, so much. Like you'll hear the record when it comes out on August 19th. Just to be 9 records in and still have the amount of creativity, new ideas, while also paying homage to what it was back in the day and just kind of collectively building. That's what it is. It's still continuing to build, and that is mind-blowing to me. The places that we play in front of the crowds that we play, and it still feels like that momentum is pushing forward. And yeah, we're not pushing against anything. We're riding with the wind right now, and it's a damn good feeling.
And especially, I mean, it hasn't been without its struggles. I mean, nothing in life is without struggle, and I guess that makes it way more rewarding. As you were saying before, like it's all these positive reviews, everything, and you go into that next level now. It must be really good place to be in.
Oh yeah, I mean there's I'm paraphrasing Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a Buddhist priest who once said, "There's no," I'm paraphrasing, so don't be getting on all over me because I didn't get it completely correct. But what I took from it, that's how you get around that. How I took from the reading of his, it was, there's no love for heaven without respect for hell. So you got to go through all. I mean, heaven's great, cool, like, oh, everything's perfect, we got everything, it's cool, but without the struggle, without coming from below, you don't realize how good heaven actually is unless you've gone through the shit. That's where the strength comes in. You know, there's a Japanese art called kintsugi, where if they break pottery,
yes,
they don't buy new stuff, they put it back together using 24 karat gold. And you know, it's the strength that builds those cracks, and when you do the healing, that's when that's where the real strength comes from. So lots of cracks in the veneer over the years, but it has only made us stronger and much more appreciative of where we are right now.
That's right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Of course, I mean, you mentioned before, you're hitting the road next week. I don't know what day it is, man.
8 days for us.
Time travel. But massive shows with The Who and Megadeth, of course. I saw The Who here last Friday.
Nice. What'd you think?
Incredible, dude. Like,
nice.
The place was, it was packed, and they were just amazing dudes too. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Really, really good band. Like, I wish I could be at one of those shows, because I also love Megadeth as well. And you guys, what a package, dude.
Yeah, and we also got Fire from the Gods on the tour as well.
Oh, really?
Yep. So yeah, bring a good strong 1, 2, 3, 4 punch all the way through there. It's incredible to be able to take friends out, legends like Megadeth, who grew up listening to. I mean, my God, you know, P sells, but who's buying? That's one of the reasons I play bass right there. Oh, and you know, you hear songs, you know, from, you know, all the great records, and it's just like I'm total fanboy. I'm still I am well aware that what I'm doing is awesome. But I was a fan long before Death Punch. I'm going to continue to be a fan long after Death Punch, and I'm holding on to those vibes right now. And as a fan, just to be able to watch Megadeth every night, just like, all right, I got to step up my game. Here we go.
See, that was the same for me too. Like Megadeth, well, mine was Rust in Peace. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like I told Dave once, many years ago, I said, "You're the reason why I started playing guitar," and he goes, "Are you any good?" And I went, "No." That's why I'm a singer now. But,
Yeah.
but that's why he's Mustaine. But obviously, you know, you're going out with, you got legends like that. It must be a real trip, with all respect to bands like Megadeth, that, you know, they're supporting you now. That must be such a trip.
Yeah, you know, I don't know that I necessarily think of it as that, but at the end of the day, you know, there's a big gap between like the time, like me when I was growing up, Megadeth was like the band for me. Now I'm in Five Finger Death Punch, and it's like a whole new. I mean, we've got fans of all ages there, but with the fans and the time that we've been around and the time that Megadeth has been around, it's surprising to me when you go out and like our fans are fucking like into Death Punch, you know, and you'll see them. It's awesome seeing songs like Peace Sells, Holy Wars being heard for the first time from our fans checking out the Megadeth show. I love the fact that people are able to kind of rediscover, and they're getting in front of new audiences, because I hold those dudes on a high pedestal, and it feels wonderful getting up there and watching them each night playing, and then being able to hang out with them before and after the show. That right there is like, hold on, like Dave Mustaine knows who I am. It's fucked up.
Yeah, man, I know. Well, man, that must be such a trip, because I'm a big Megadeth dude. I love Megadeth. So that's really fucking cool, man.
Yeah, we have now played with all of the big four. Having played with Metallica on the last one. Yeah, we played Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Metallica now. So what else am I gonna do? My life's complete. I'm done.
On the list, man. Like you're like, you know, like oh man, legends. Yeah. Oh man. But another thing I wanted to ask you about is, of course, you're dipping your toes into the acting world with this Retaliators movie, you and the boys. I saw the trailer, and dude, it looks intense. It looks incredible.
It's very intense. Yeah, dark. It's definitely very violent. A little humor thrown in here and there, and, you know, just keep everybody on their toes. But that was a real fun experience. You know, I've said in many interviews so far, my my motivation for this one, I really had to dig deep, because I was, you know, I'm a musician, not necessarily an actor. I am now, but I really had to dig deep and find my motivation, because they put me in a very trying, difficult role where I had to be a biker enforcer. That was rough. I really had to dig deep. Yeah, because I don't like riding motorcycles and training Muay Thai at all.
Yeah, we got the beard for it, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, I'm saying I'm all about motorcycles. I'm all about getting in the gym and punching people and kicking people and getting kicked and punched myself. So, yeah, I didn't really have to do much training for this role, because life was the training for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to do more of that? Is there going to be more acting in the future?
I hope so. That's one of my favorite things about being in a band like Five Finger Death Punch, is like, you know, the platform is so huge and so many new doors open up for other areas of opportunity to be creative, whether that's the different shows that we're doing, writing songs for the band, you know, putting together the metaverse that we did for the app that we've got out now, the fan club, all that stuff, and then be able to do stuff that I've always wanted to do, like acting. I know before the Retaliators role come up, I was in my manager's ear for years, but like, Sons of Anarchy, let's go. I'm built for it. Let's go. And that never happened. So I was excited to have the opportunity to get on there. And like you said, you know, the stand-up comedy thing, nobody would have cared if I was not in Five Finger Death Punch, you know? So just having those doors open to be able to come in and be like, let me try this. That's a lot of fun. And I like the challenge of trying new stuff and really just growing creatively and getting, like I said, getting into a place that's uncomfortable and becoming comfortable with that uncomfortability. That's a fun challenge for me.
Yeah, man. And now you've done it. Sky's the limit. But you know, Keen to see
Yeah.
that. I'm keen to see that stand up. But the $1 million question, as you touched up on before, Australian tour, man. It's been a little while since Australia's got, had a little visit.
Exactly. It has been since 2013, from what I recall. It was a Soundwave Festival.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when are you going to come back and, five finger Australia?
I have been back to Australia since 2013. I was lucky to vacation over there in Queensland for a few days. Did some diving out there.
That's where I am, bro.
Oh, well, there we go.
Okay.
I knew I liked you. As much as I love Queensland, I knew I liked you. I could tell. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did some diving. But I did get an email from management when talking about the Australian press that we're doing right now. And they said that Australia is being looked at being put on the books. So you've heard it first right here. That Five Finger Death Punch will be coming back to Australia. We had such a great time on that Soundwave tour. That was Guar was on there as well right before Dave passed away. So I got to be able to meet him, and he was so enthusiastic and was there for every show and just like talked to us, and just a wonderful dude. So lots of fond memories of Australia. Some cloudy because I was enjoying Australia a little too much sometimes over there. But now everything is good. I'm ready to get in there, clear, present with the rest of the guys in Five Finger Death Punch and get back over there. And you all have been very patient. I know you all have gone through quite the tumultuous times there with the pandemic and whatnot. We've been watching, we've been paying attention, and part of our wanting to get back out around the world is to be part of the healing that the world needs. Just getting people back out of the house, getting them away from everything for an hour and a half. Life is going to be there after you get out of the show. Relax, enjoy yourself, have a good time. Let that be the impetus that drives you to conquer whatever you're going through at that point.
Love it. Bring it, man. Got dates? Can't. Mate, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get texts and emails from management all the time about me talking about shit too early. So I would just say that it's been told to me that is in the plans. I simply play bass.
Okay. Well, brother, hey, as you say, shit, yes, son.
Indeed. Yes, sir.
Weekend. Thank you very much for hanging out on the show, my man. We're going to have all the links down here in the show notes. You take care, and
I'll
see you on the Gold Coast very soon.
Yes, you certainly will. And it's going to be doing shows and diving both the next time I get back over there. So I will see you soon.